He made sure that nobody would find me.
If any case were to need answers, it's this one.
One took the other one's life and then took their own life.
I don't know whether you killed her on accident or killed her on purpose, but you did not have a right to take her family's closure away.
He was talking on the phone and said, you know, she's dead, I killed her. You'll never find her body. As he was still on the phone, he shot himself with a shotgun.
There's another one a step or two down below that. Can you do that one? What's that? Rem what? Whoa.
Did that say Jason?
Yeah.
Well, that just happened. All right, Pam, so what can you tell me about the history of this house that we're investigating tonight?
Well, I grew up probably a half a block away. We used to play in that area, and there was an elderly lady she was the first resident that, you know, I became aware of, and I used to spend time on the porch with her. She moved into the house in 1947.
Oh, wow.
And I think 1992 is probably when she passed away, but her first name was Loretta. She told me at one point, sitting on the front porch with her, that her husband had been cutting grass right in front of the house, and he had dropped dead of a massive heart attack right in front of her, right at the bottom of the steps when you go up.
So now, the people that moved in a little bit later in time after her and her husband, who were they? What can you tell me about that couple?
So in 1992, a gentleman by the name of Kevin O'Shea, he purchased the house from the state. I'm not sure if he lived there, but he rented it out, and like I said, over the years, I think there were probably 3 or 4 renters before, you know, James and Kristen moved in. And from my understanding, James and Kristen had lived there for about 2 years before the tragedy, you know, and then the tragedy happened, so.
And it was terrible what ended up happening to them, and how exactly did that all transpire?
She had a child from a previous relationship, and about the time that this happened, I want to say maybe he was 5, and then they had a little baby that might have been maybe a year or 2 that James and Kristen had together. But after the baby was born, that things kind of went downhill in the relationship, and I heard that there was a lot of fighting, arguing, and she had moved in with a friend who lived in Martins Ferry in an apartment complex, and she took the kids with her, and he wanted to speak with her about, you know, trying to get back together. They think that perhaps when he went to talk with her, that maybe it kind of got a little physical, and they have footage from surveillance footage of him carrying her out of the apartment complex, slung over to his car. And after that, that's the last actual footage they have. Whether she has passed away at that point or she was still alive, nobody knows. It was kind of determined that, or speculated that he took her, Kristen, back to their house. After that, Nobody knows, exactly what happened to her body. They've never found it, as of today.
And so it wasn't too long after he was captured on video that he seen himself basically on the news.
The police started kind of looking at him. He in turn started to panic, and that's when he admitted it. I think the story went that he was on the phone with, I don't know if it was one of his relatives or one of her relatives, but he was talking on the phone and said, she's dead, I killed her. You'll never find her body, and, I don't want to live. So as he was still on the phone, he shot himself with a shotgun.
Okay, so, and you mentioned he had told his relative that they would never find her body.
Yes.
Kristen's body. And that is still true. She has never been.
Yes, they've never found her body, which is quite sad.
And would you be willing to give us a walk through the house right now?
Absolutely. Okay.
This would have been the room that we're staying in, the room where he actually shot himself in the head with a shotgun.
Yeah. These pictures were taken January 12th, 2008. And he had committed suicide October 3rd, 2006.
So that was a year and a half.
Yes. Before
After.
the owner. My relative was not the owner,
Right.
but the person that had owned the house didn't do anything.
Just let it sit there for a year and a half.
Just left blood and carnage all over the walls of this place.
Yes.
And you think about the energy that leaves behind too.
Yeah, I mean, that's his remains.
Well, that's what I was
Really
hoping
left it
that.
to soak into the atmosphere, the structure itself.
You might even think I actually standing here. If you stand here, you can see
up
some.
here on the
Yeah,
screen.
I just saw
Yeah.
that. See it? Oh gosh, look at all that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that blood or is that?
Well, yeah, probably
it's
that.
also-
Just
That's blood, and I think it's maybe some of the buckshot.
see, you got the
Anywhere that's hanging down would definitely be tissue.
You all right?
something just now. I swear, something just now touched the back of my leg. It felt like something just touched the back of my leg. I've got these tight pants on, and I'm not going to feel something like that unless it's something. It almost felt like a bug was in my pants. Have you ever been touched in here?
Yes,
Where at?
upstairs
Okay. Yeah.
on the shoulder.
I wonder if that was James though, because we were right here talking about how we're looking at blood or his sort of.
And you had never really here before.
No, I just now, the way the reflection of his camera. My head focus has not always, but the
That's
main thing
literally
was right there.
Tissue and nicks from buckshot.
Yeah.
Well, that just happened.
This is, I don't know if you want to kind of leave this out laying around.
Yeah, and that is the newspaper from when it happened. You can see
Yes.
this is the family because they never found her body. And so this is actually the newspaper
Uh-oh.
from 2006 asking people for information about what might have happened to her. This could be a great trigger object tonight.
Now, what exactly has happened, just to kind of reiterate, anything paranormal-wise that's happened in here?
Like I said, we did hear a lot of whispering. I had an EVP that said, now of course during this I don't know exactly what questions I ask, but I got a clear EVP that says that was cool.
Fade out.
Yeah.
Then fade out.
Yeah. I don't know. Like you had said, it could be something that was residual. I thought I heard somebody say my name, like a breathy Pam. And I also said when I was upstairs and we were talking about my shaking legs, I said, my legs are shaking, and then right after I say that, you hear an EVP say, shake.
My legs are shaking. My legs are shaking.
There's a very weird, like, sense of energy, like, right up here. Not at the top of the stairs, but kind of right here by
It's
this.
very odd that you say that because I have a picture, and do you want to see it? It's 2 pictures. This is the noise. I don't know which one wants to see it. I'll start with you. Like that black spot right there.
What is that?
And then I thought, well, was there paint spilled or something? But then if you look like right here at the bottom, how it's like a clear. But then see how it looks like it's darker right there, like something's coming up the steps.
Hazy like, yeah.
Yeah.
Should we make our way upstairs?
Let's walk upstairs here.
Just be careful. Oh, it feels different up here.
It's a little weird. Yeah, like right here is where I was feeling it.
That's one of the places that I had a freezing cold. Was right inside that doorway. And
Really?
Yes, and what we thought was like, okay, old windows. Maybe it was breezy because of the windows.
Sure.
You know, sometimes on the steps you can get a breeze that comes up. So it just seemed like standing in that doorway. And I think from my understanding that was one of the kids' bedrooms.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe both little boys stayed in there. And I think that was the bathroom where you're at. Since I had with the shaking was in here.
So in your opinion, do you believe that James and Kristen are still here?
I think James is definitely. Not too sure about Kristen. I'm not too sure, but I think the most prominent figure is James.
So let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
What do you hope that our outcome is tonight?
I guess the absolute bottom line is to see if we can ask questions to see maybe if anybody will come through to let us know where Kristen is at.
Okay.
So her family and her children can have closure.
I think that'll be our main goal for
Yes.
tonight.
Yeah. I agree.
Ari, could you maybe share with us some of your personal experiences that you've had here inside the house?
Yeah. I knew I'd been in here heard the background of it, and Pam invited me to come in with her and her son to do an investigation. And that evening there was several very weird things that went on and were seen and or heard and felt. Voices, orbs, as well as a door slamming.
Whereabouts would you say is the most active or the most charged?
I would say for what we experienced right here in the room that we're
Okay.
and the hallway by just inside the front door where the incident took place.
It's safe to say we can understand why the front room area would be very, very active. Why do you think the kitchen here would be
That
active?
I am not sure. Maybe because of all the underlying pipes and stuff giving off energy for them to feed off of. I mean, that very well could be it. Or maybe he spent a lot of time in here, when he was alive.
Thinking back to the previous interview, there was mention of an older lady that lived here. Do you feel that you've ever come in contact with her?
It's very possible. I mean, with some of the things that went on, yes, very possible. It may be her as well.
Okay. And we've also, of course, acquired the knowledge that the victim has not been found. Do you think quite possibly she could still be here on the property?
I mean, anything's possible. Very much so. She could be here as well. That may be what's giving the negative vibe is both of them.
Yeah, conflicting.
Conflicting spirits that One took the other one's life and then took their own life, or
Right.
suspected to take the one's life, then took their own life when the heat was on from the authorities.
All right, so we are on our way back to the house, and there is a woman that we are bringing with us to walk through the house with us. Her name is Molly, which that's not her real name, by the way. She doesn't use her real name, but we'll get into that in a second. Molly has had some very interesting experiences where she has been able to learn things that other people don't know. She's been able to see what she perceives as spirits, and I've seen on many occasions, because I've known her for many years, where she has not only blown my mind, but the minds of people around me, of knowing things that she should not be able to know. One of the reasons I trust her more is because she's not in it for the notoriety. She doesn't want her face on camera. We're gonna be shooting around her as to not get her face on camera. She's not in it for attention. We're gonna be using her audio, and we're gonna be walking through in an attempt to get answers in this case, because if any case were to need answers, it's this one. And I feel like this is the best case to bring her along on to do a walkthrough. If she picks up on something, that's great, and we can pursue that lead. But if she doesn't, that's fine too. When we get there, we're gonna be going straight in to see what she picks up on. We're gonna walk through the house here. Molly's gonna see what she picks up on, and we are gonna basically see if we can get any leads on whatever is going on here. So, sounds good. All right, let's go.
Wait. I'm rolling.
All right.
Wow. My chest is really tight. There's a blonde-haired girl in here. She's at the top of the stairs. She's not very old. I'd say she's 25, maybe. She's motioning you to go upstairs. Can
Should
you
we
go up
should
there?
we go up there? You want to both go up there, or you want just me?
She wants you.
She wants me?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm coming upstairs. You should be good right there. That way you don't lose her audio on the mic pack. If there's anybody here, there's a lady down there at the bottom of the stairs who can talk to you. Will you tell her things about you?
She's saying she's afraid. She keeps saying, I just can't leave. I just can't leave.
Well, why can't you leave?
She's asking you if you can help her leave.
That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to help you leave. But you know what we have to do before we can help you leave.
She's saying nobody's going to find me.
That's what we're trying to do. Why don't you think we're going to find you? Why don't you think anybody's going to find you?
He made sure that nobody would find me.
You're freaking me out. Do you want to go down to the basement?
Sure. Can't be any scarier than here.
Now, Molly, nobody has said anything to you about this house, right?
No, I don't know anything.
You don't know anything at all. Just to clarify for everybody that is listening to what you're saying, just so that they understand.
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm fine.
Just so you can see that. And
just-
be careful on this bottom step because it's a little bit loose.
There's a lot of people in here.
Really?
Yes. More than you realize. There's an older man in here with a white shirt on and a black suit. There's a little boy upstairs that's old. There's a woman here that's older. She's about 75 or 80 with gray hair. And they're all kind of just standing here watching you.
So you said that they'll never find her. Do you feel like she's still here, or do you feel like she went somewhere else?
Her spirit is here, but not her body, so she can't connect the two. She doesn't know where she's going. She's very confused.
So you don't think her body is here?
I don't feel her body here.
I don't know how you connect with them, but is she able to tell you maybe if she's not here where she is?
She doesn't know where she is.
She doesn't, okay.
I think whoever did her in did it from the back of her. She didn't know where she was. I think he choked her and took her someplace dark, but I keep seeing water. Well, this man down here has a white suit, a white shirt with a black suit. Looks like maybe from the 40s.
Oh, okay.
Okay. The other woman that's with him has got gray hair. She's older. She's a little box of me. She's just kind of standing here. They did something here in the basement, and it wasn't legal. So I'm not sure if they were making gin or they were doing something else, but I think they're afraid for you to find out what they had done.
Do you want to walk upstairs just to see if there's
Sure.
anything that, you know?
Sure.
First.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want to walk into some of these other rooms here?
Yeah, let's just see what's in here. Well, this house is really old. I still think there's a well or a cistern here close by. And I don't think she really went very far before he did her in. I really don't.
Right.
Because I'm feeling her body up here for some reason. How about if we go upstairs?
We can.
If I can, like, shake this
What
off.
was that? Did you hear that?
Upstairs.
If I can, yeah, somebody walking.
Yeah, and it sounded like something was thrown up there, like a rock.
that roll.
Hold on. That would have been, okay, in relation to where we were, it would have been
Over
in this
there,
room right
right.
here.
Okay, she's brought us up here to look out this window for some reason. See, I don't know what this was like when this house was first built. Okay, she's confused. She know what you're doing, or
Now here's a question. If there was someone that were to have passed on after her, would she be able to be aware of that? Or do you think that's something that she would not know?
I don't think she knows. She seems very confused. She seems like she can hardly see anything other than the darkness. That's why she's so scared. She's so sad. She can't even go out the door. She's so sad. She's afraid. She doesn't know where she's at. I think when she looks out the windows or out the door, it's dark.
Okay.
So she doesn't know her way. What if we had a light at the door? Would that help? She's saying maybe.
A light at the door.
The light at the door.
Okay.
All right. Well, is there anyone else you wanted to walk in here before we?
We're good.
Yeah, good.
Yep.
Okay.
If it's okay with you.
Yeah, for
Okay.
sure.
Right.
This camera is going, or REM pod is going off. That was weird.
Hello?
Dude, that was weird. Let's get a flashlight, man.
Help.
Help.
That sounded female.
Let's sit.
What is it? I can't hear.
I should just, they're there behind the GoPro. I'll let you know if it's.
How can we help you?
Kristen, are you here with us?
Kristen, can you just say yes or no if you're here, Kristen?
Yes. I heard.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
I'm getting static, like that charge feeling right now. It's a pleasure meeting you, Kristen. Was it you that touched the device right here in the center of the room? If so, could you do it again? Could you do it again, please?
What's the name of your husband? And are you here? Silent. Dude, it went silent. I've got cold chills really bad.
Yeah. My eyes are starting to kind of well up a little. What happened to Kristen? What happened to Kristen? Just making a note that's been 6.
What?
Whoa, what happened?
Something was like tickling my arm.
Yeah, that is a cold spot.
Oh god, that was weird.
Who did that? Who touched Dave? Dude, I feel like around my legs right now. It's like a chill cold. I think it's a different type of cold. Kristen, Kristen, do you know what happened to you? Are you aware? Kristen, you are free to talk to us. You are not bound by anyone else here. You have every right and the ability to talk to us. What happened to you, Kristen? Kristen, we want to talk to you. We'd like to help you, Kristen.
Kristen, you're allowed to speak.
Kristen, we can feel you. We know you're here. Pam sent us in here. She allowed us in here because she trusts us. We want to help you, Kristen. We know what happened to you is undoubtedly bad. We want to find peace. All four of us feel pulled into this house because of you, Kristen. Let us help you. Help us help you. Do you know where he hid you? Kristen, do you know where he hid you? Mark that. There's something there. Can you say it loud?
Something in the corner behind me here.
Can you say it louder, Kristen? Where did he hide you? As loud as you can.
Wait, don't move. Is there someone right here in this doorway?
Oh, that just said that's me.
Kristen, is that you? Whoa, another sound. There's something moving over here, guys. Can you move something for me? Can you move something for me and let me know that it's you, Kristen? Can you knock something over for me?
Whoa.
That said wait.
She's allowed to do whatever she wants.
Kristen, if we put a light, a very bright one at the door.
Did she say I'll leave?
She said, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
Would you like it if we at least try to help you by putting a light at the door? We're more than willing to help you, Kristen.
Kristen, I want to show you something. If we ask you a question, yes or no, you can walk right up to this and just do that, and we'll know that you're here. Kristen,
Whoa.
What was that?
Did you just move, Steve?
Over here?
Yeah.
I moved my foot slightly.
Do it again. That's not what I heard.
Okay.
There was someone coming down these f***ing stairs, guys. I got chills. Whoa.
What was that?
Whoa.
What was that? There's a device right there on the goal post. You still there, Ryan?
Yeah.
Can you touch that antenna?
That was loud and that was creepy. That was really loud and really creepy.
Have you two reconciled?
no.
Oh.
That was so clear.
That's creepy. James, where did you put Kristen? We want to know, and we want to know now.
Dude, that's charged. It just amped it back up.
Whoa.
Did that
Whoa,
say
whoa.
Jason?
It said something. I couldn't make it out.
Yeah.
He said he said we put her.
Where's that, James? We couldn't hear you, man. Where did you put Kristen?
Wait, listen.
What was that?
Upstairs. Wait, listen.
What was that?
Upstairs. Wait, listen.
What was that?
Upstairs.
James or Kristen, whoever's here, come down here.
Because guess what, James? You did not have the right to take her away from her family. I don't know whether you killed her on accident or you killed her...
You're a coward.
I don't know whether you killed her on accident or killed her on purpose, but... you did not have a right to take her family's closure away. By whatever it is you said, putting her in a place they'd never find her.
Where is it?
James, do you regret doing it?
Jesus Christ. Something just like brushed its fingertips down my arm right here.
You got touched in the same spot.
Yeah, I was literally standing right here like that. I felt fingertips come around the side of my arm.
That's what I felt when I was standing here.
You just touched Ryan. I did.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy.
Was that you, Chris? Did you touch Ryan?
He did.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
James?
definitely nasty.
Why are you touching me? You know, you could have been fessing up, being a man, and telling them where you put Kristen, or at least giving her body...
I think they just said Kristen.
Or at least giving her body to her family, but instead you hide her, you lie about it, you tell her family that they'll never find her, and then you blow your head off with a shotgun.
You know who does that? A coward.
I came in here and I wanted to slightly feel sorry for both parties, but you know what? The more and more I try, the more and more I can't.
Like my right side is 15 degrees colder than my left. Yeah. Is it colder down there at all?
It's not doing anything yet. I can feel it. It's like a radiating, like a real brisk cold feeling.
Do you want to do to us what you did to Kristen?
Do you want to invite Pam in here and see if she can get things stirred up? Yeah, for a few.
Could be a good catalyst.
Yeah. Let me set this here.
Let's see.
Yeah, that should be. It's dropped almost a whole degree.
Yeah.
We're gonna go get Pam.
Pretty direct answers
Yeah.
in there. I mean, that energy was pretty intense too.
It was.
It was weird because he just like stopped.
Yeah. And you know what's strange is that you got touched. Rewinding back in the evening, Dave got touched. And literally not 5 minutes in, when we got here, I got touched.
You alright?
Something just now, I swear, something just now touched the back of my leg. It felt like something just touched the back of my leg.
We're going to go get Pam, who's in the car out here, so hopefully Pam can get some things stirred up in there because it's starting to cool down and get a little quiet, so let's see what happens.
Just us.
I'm gonna talk really loud so
you can hear me. Hi, Kristen. Hi, James. I'm Pam. You know who I am. I'm back. I was here in January and made some contact with you. Are you willing to come talk to me?
Say I have.
Or maybe even get some answers as to where James, or to where your body's at. Because we really would like to help you. I think that would be awesome for your family to finally give you a resting place and to give them closure, especially for your two sons. You're more than welcome to come sit with me.
Here, let me try this. Hi.
It won't hurt you. All we want to do is talk. We're not here to hurt you.
Ooh,
What?
there's movement over here. Hello?
If somebody is scaring Kristen from coming in here and talking to us, you no longer have control over her. Kristen, you don't have to be afraid anymore.
Did you intend to kill Chris? Or was it an accident?
Accident.
Yeah.
Did you hear
I
that?
heard that.
Holy crap.
That was direct. That's awesome.
Even if it was an accident, James, I still have a hard time trying to understand why you would cover it up, why you would tell why you would tell her family that they're literally not going to find her, and then why you'd shoot yourself in the head with a shotgun.
Doesn't sound like an accident.
It just doesn't make sense.
Can you throw something again like you did upstairs? Why don't you do that again?
If you want to, I'm gonna here. If you want us to leave, just do this. And we'll leave.
Someone did it before, so we always know you can do.
Whoa, Steve.
Whoa, what's that?
EDI just went off.
Oh, wow.
Are you coming down the steps to sit with
What
me?
are the top lights?
The blue?
Yeah.
Blue?
Yeah.
Steve,
The
said Steve.
EMF.
Yeah. EMF just went off.
Go put your camera light again.
Oh, it's freaking cold over here. This is crazy cold.
I had to have picked that up on my
It's not the
action
camera.
cam.
Freaking cold it is over here. This was not. Feel how cold that is, man.
Yeah, that is crazy cold.
It is chill cold. Don't. It's like it's stinging chill, like Arctic cold.
Yeah.
Please come down.
Hello?
Please come talk to me.
that you?
Feel that cold air coming through, dude. Right past my left hand.
Yeah.
Hello?
What about the little boy downstairs play?
Say Ryan.
I know using Kristen, but is there anybody else here that wants to talk to us? Mrs. Hannah, are you here? I was a little girl and I lived across the street, and I used to come visit you and we'd sit on the porch. Do you remember those days? You told me this story about how your husband passed away. Can you tell my friends how he passed away? Or where he passed away?
Is there anyone here that can hear my voice? I am here to talk to anyone and everyone. Can you tell me why you killed her? Can you tell me why you did it?
That was very cool. We're gonna put another one over there.
Don't mind me.
At the rim.
Just to them.
Can you try one of the other ones now?
Kristen, she tried to help you find out where you're buried. She tried to help you find out what James did to you. You know, Mikey's older now. Mikey's like 20s now. He's a man. James, he lost both his mom and dad.
Hi.
James, he lost both his mom because of you. You killed her. And you killed yourself. And you covered up where she is. Whoever didn't know, it's either long dead or sworn to secrecy. I keep seeing the lights over here. Let's hear this.
What? I just heard that you did right. Yeah. Whoa. Me too. Oh. Easy now. You just started. What? I just heard that right. Yes. Whoa. I just heard behind me too. What? I just heard that you did right. Yes. Whoa. I just heard behind me too.
I feel coldness on my face.
All around me too. For starters, we can't see you, so I mean that's why we kind of reacted the way we did.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Is that you, Kristen? If it's you, Kristen, can you touch the top device? Has that different colors on it, the red, yellow, green, and orange.
Let us know that you're here, if that's you, Kristen.
Does anybody else know where you buried her, James? Does anybody else know where she is?
What?
I've been asking you questions. Who is this? Is this Kristen or is this James or is this somebody else? Is this the little boy? Or is this the old couple?
Run around.
Well, that's creepy. Right before he said turn around, I feel like there's someone standing right to my right. Like all the hair on my right side standing up, like the back of this arm right here. I'm not going to turn around.
To that.
To what?
You're old.
You're old. Are you getting mad? Who are you? Tell me who this is. What's your name? What's your name?
We're gonna have to go here soon.
Our time here's winding down.
Give us a message. If it's Kristen Anderson, give us a message for your kids. Kristen, is your body down here? Are you buried down here?
Leave. Leave.
That's not
For
enough.
good?
Leave for good? Why do we want to leave for good? What's it like over there on the other side? All you can see is me, and you can hear my voice, echoing but distant. Is there something else out there? Listening to me?
Yeah.
That's great. Is it something that can hurt me? Something that wants to... Be afraid of this thing hearing me. Or this person. Should both Jason and I be afraid?
Go. Unfortunately. We really want to help you.
We're not sure when we're going to be able to come back. Even if we can come back.
This is your chance. One last time. Where can we find your body?
I will tell you, I had probably about a minute and a half to 2 minutes ago, I was covered in I don't know if it was static or cold or both, but it was like the hair stood up and
Right when you
sounded like no just now. Yeah, man, I don't know. I don't know what I see on the video. At what point it appears if I had gotten like the shivers.
Wow.
Want to redo that?
Who knows, maybe one day people will find out where Kristen's buried. Maybe one day they'll discover exactly what happened to her, but unfortunately, unless it's in our EDPs, I don't think we solved the case tonight.
It's a long shot. It's like we said, leaving our out here, so there's a good chance we get to come back in here again to follow up and help her more. Try to help her more.
But all I know is the sun's coming up. It's time for us to hit the road. We're back here. Jason and I came back to the haunted house of tragedy, and there is a lot of unfinished business from our investigation. When we walked through with Molly, we were upstairs and she said that she felt we needed to come back and we needed to try and help Kristen move on. And she said the best way to do that was to set up a light, a bright light, by the front door.
I think he looks out the windows or out the door. It's dark.
Okay.
So she doesn't know. What if we had a light at the door? Would that help? She's saying maybe.
And then from there, we can hear, because she said it's dark. She said that she can't see it and she doesn't know how to get out, and that a bright light would help her find out of the house. So I decided that I was going to try and bring the brightest light I could find, and let me show it here. So I borrowed this from the former West Virginia penitentiary. They were kind enough to let me use it. It is actually a former searchlight on the roof penitentiary. This thing on and so we get a bright enough lawn. Alright, so the light is on. We're going to walk through the house. We're going to go from the basement up to try and hopefully help Kristen or whoever's here. The whole time I'm going to be talking to them, telling them to move to the light that is at the door, follow the bright light, and Pam has brought a Bible that she thinkly be relevant to Kristen because it is a mother's Bible. Yes. And of course, Kristen was the mother of 2 children. The mom's devotional Bible. So she's going to try and use that to specifically target Kristen, while we also try and help out whoever might be here, help them move out of this house and get out of this basically pit of sadness that they found themselves in, that this house has become for them. So we want to help end their tragedy. So let's move to the basement. All right. So first of all, I wanted to say, if anyone's down here in the basement, any former residents, anybody that died here, anybody who feels trapped here or stuck here, we were told that if we put a bright light by the door that you'd be able to follow that out of here, that you would be able to find your way to peace. And we wanted to give you that opportunity. So please go upstairs. There's a bright light by the door, and please just walk past that bright light that you see up there. Please try and move past it and get out of the house so you can find peace.
The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. Which I think there were some spirits crushed. As we all know what happened in the house.
Mm-hmm. The little boy, Kristen, James, anybody that can hear me, we want to give you all the opportunity to move on and escape the tragedy that had befallen you in this house, and to try and find some semblance of peace past what happened to you. Because that part of your life is over and it's time to move on.
Okay. This one I want to kind of gear more towards Kristen. He tends his flock like a shepherd. He gathers the lambs in his arms and carries them close to his heart. He gently leads those that have young. So I know she was the mother of 2 young children, so I thought that more appropriate, that he will, like it says, kind of guide those that have young. So
yeah. And anyone here on this floor, Kristen, James, I know James, this is specifically where you ended up taking your life, and there's a lot of people that are going to think ill of you for what you did, and I know you're probably very remorseful for what you did and all the trouble and sadness that you caused and all the tragedy that you caused. So we also want to give you the opportunity to move on, to move past that and find peace wherever that is or whatever that is. So go straight towards that bright light that we placed in the door and find the peace and happiness that you deserve.
Even the darkness is not dark to you, and the night is as bright as the day. Darkness and light are alike to you. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it.
Yeah, this will be the last room that we were in, and of course, thank you for anyone who allowed us into this house. We hope that you are no longer listening to us talk. We hope you've moved past that light and moved on. So that's the most important thing. There's no reason to stay here anymore. Whatever you're holding on to, whatever you're stuck on, it's time to move past it, because staying in this house is not gonna save you. Now we know a lot more about what could have happened and why this tragedy went down.
We want to know what you've done with Kristen's remains with her body.
He has a possible location for where her body may be.
How did that happen?
I don't know.
That was clear as Thank you, James.
You think that we have a good possibility of facing an aggressive energy or entity tonight when we go into the house?
Yes. I do. Be very careful.
Steve, I've been in this place many, many times, and it has never felt this bad.
I got chills. That sounded just like art.
I swear something just touched the back of my leg. It felt like something just touched the back of my leg. Have you ever been touched in here?
What was that? Did you hear that?
I heard something.
For some reason, I'm on edge.
I don't have an explanation for how that could be possible. That is probably one of the craziest things we've had happen. So tonight we're returning to the haunted house of tragedy. Here's what we know from our last investigation. Allegedly, James murdered his wife, Kristen.
And they have footage from surveillance footage of him carrying her out of the apartment complex, slung over his shoulder.
Hid her body in a place where he said would ever find her.
He was talking on the phone and said, you know, she's dead, I killed her. You'll never find her body.
When the police started looking into him and he felt the heat of law enforcement, he took his own life in the living room of the house.
As he was still on the phone, he shot himself with a shotgun. Oh gosh, look at all that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Is that blood?
Yeah.
think
Probably
it's
that.
all-
Just
Blood, and I think it's maybe.
And we believe that their spirits at that point still remained in.
You lie about it. You tell her family that they'll never, and then you blow your head off with a shotgun.
We did do a crossing over ceremony at the end of our investigation last time. She said that she can't see where she is and she doesn't know how to get out. Light would help her find her way out of the house.
You want to kind of gear more towards Kristen. He tends his flock like a shepherd. He gathers the lamb and carries close to his heart. He gently leads those.
On this floor, Kristen, James. I know, James, this is specifically where you ended up taking your life, and so we also want to give you the opportunity to find peace wherever that is or whatever that is. And the question is now, how many of them are still there? But also, Pam has done a lot of extensive research into this case, and now we know a lot more about what could have happened, why this tragedy went down. So, what have you learned that's new in this case?
My source of information is an officer from. He said that searches were done in Ohio and also in West Virginia around the area that she was taken, as well as the area around the house.
All right, so this is start to an episode of Paranormal Quest. So we would go to location, get interviews, film, but this is our return to the haunted house tragedy, and last sent me a text message and said that she was in contact a law enforcement officer from a neighboring city who doesn't have jurisdiction here in Wheeling, but has done extensive research into the case, and he told her that he has a possible location for where her body may be. So despite that it's raining, despite that it's bad weather, we're on our way over there right now to see if we can maybe find out what happened to Kristen and if this is a location where he could have dumped her body.
Cadaver dog were used, and it was a golden retriever. It was one of the more prominent.
Right, it wasn't new to the force.
No,
veteran
yes.
cadaver dog.
James had two cars. One was a Pontiac, another one was a certain type of van, and apparently in the back of the van they found a shovel with dirt on it, and the cadaver dog picked up scents on the dirty shovel.
So the dog picked up on the scent of human remains?
Yes.
Now, this law enforcement officer, does he have any idea of where James may have hid Kristen?
He did give me a few leads to go on. It's supposedly underneath that trestle. He said that what you have to do is climb the hill, and underneath the trestle is the cave.
Okay, here we go. Oh, yeah, here it is. So high up here, I'll try and get that camera from you.
I'll say this is a good vine to grab onto right here.
It's like real faint. Something there.
Hello?
What did he say that led him to, or why does he believe that this is the possible place? Did he say?
You know, he didn't say. You know, maybe Mark grew up right up the road, and he used to play in here as kids, just like, you know, maybe he was just familiar with this area.
I don't know, but that water's probably about a foot deep walking back through there, so that's going to be tough to get it from this side. Maybe we can come at it from a different angle. But...
Yep.
I'll have to get my flashlight, and that way we'll have something.
There was mention of a red 55-gallon drum that had disappeared from beside the residence, and there was speculation that he possibly could have put her body into that drum and buried the drum, put the drum in water. We're not sure.
Because I've always had a hunch, because they said they took that red barrel.
Yeah.
And
This was my brother's.
Right, and I always thought what would have been convenient for him is if he put her in the barrel and he would actually drill some holes in that.
Yeah.
If you put that in the river, it'll start drifting, but it'll sink as it goes down.
Yeah.
And today, no joke, I thought of the dam. I thought of the dam, which would be on the northern half, because it would go down and just lay right down up against the concrete part of the dam.
Now, normally we would meet and do an interview like this in the location, but you said you wanted to come to a more neutral location for this interview because there were specific allegations that were brought to your attention by a law enforcement officer that you didn't want to talk about. You wanted us to ask questions on tonight's investigation and have that be the first time that these topics were up inside the house. What did he give you about these allegations, which could or could not be true?
There was an article that I read, that I researched, and it said that one of the possible things that happened was James had an accomplice, and they actually could have taken her body back to the house of tragedy, and the kids possibly have. They said that their mom was not moving, her eyes were open, and she was cold.
So the
And
kids got to see her, I believe?
Yes, that was in one of the articles that I had researched and read about, was that the kids had possibly
That would
got
just be
to see her.
traumatizing to see your dead
Yes.
mother.
At the time, the oldest one was 5 and the younger one was
Wow.
No, it's kind of caved in. It might have a bend in it.
Yeah.
But there's definitely a cave in.
This is how far back I am in the tunnel. You can see them standing up there on the actual edge.
I agree with Steve that wherever she's at, she's in the barrel, and he probably buried her in the barrel, or else he said the Denver dog hit on the shovel.
Yeah, which that kind of rules out the river in a way.
Right here is where the tunnel collapsed. Just layers and layers of coal coming through there.
He said that during the interrogation before James committed suicide, when they kind of started to suspect him, that his demeanor during the interview was very cool, collected, concerned about, what was going on. He said that kind of raised red flags.
One of the allegations is that an ex-girlfriend had come forward, one of James's ex-girlfriends had come forward, said that she had witnessed him and his friend watching illicit videos of necrophilia. That was something that she had caught him watching. I don't even know. Yes.
And like I said, we don't know that to be true at all, and neither does law enforcement. It's interesting that ex-friend of James's came forward, and she came forward to the police and provided that information. And she said they allegedly had some really nefarious fantasies.
Can I also mention that he followed me home? There were some derogatory comments made EVP, as well as, and I noticed that the last time we were there in May, that through the pedal box came the word bitch. There were certain cases that happened during our investigation. The exact same thing that happened at the location happened at my house. So I kind of put 2 and 2 together, and again, I'm not sure, but it kind of pointed in that direction.
We want to find answers. We want to be respectful about it. And he agreed. He's like, I agree. And any information. And he even said, if you find anything, evidence-wise, let me know. Call and let me know. It's a boat, two-way street here. So hopefully.
One thing that I think we should actually do, and Steve, I think it's important before we go in there tonight, I think we should actually call Molly.
She's saying nobody's finding me.
That's what we're trying to do. Why don't you think we're going to find you? Why don't you think anybody's going to find you?
He made sure that nobody would find me.
You're freaking me out. Because of the pandemic, she wasn't able to come and walk through the house with us. But I think it is important because I did message her and ask her if we could call her, and she said that she recently drove by the house again and got some impressions that she wanted to share with us. So I think we should go up and give her a call and see what she has to say. Let's do it. All right. Hello, Molly. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
So we're back at the Haunted House of Tragedy tonight, and we wanted your input.
Right. It's funny that I went by the house the other day to it. That was weird. I felt like there was someone standing in the door, and I think it's the gentleman there. He's very angry and unhappy. I think she's gone.
Now, you said that he's angry and that we should be careful. Now, do you think he's angry because we tried to help Kristen move on? You say that she has moved on and that he's the only one there in the house from what you picked up on, but do you think he's angry because we tried to help Kristen and possibly successfully helped her move on?
Yes, and I think he's like stuck there too. I mean, I feel real bad for him, but he's afraid to leave. She's gone. She's happy and she's gone. I really feel like he doesn't know where he's going. Is he going to go to hell or is he going to go to heaven? He's afraid to leave.
What do you think we can do to communicate with James?
I think if you went in quietly, maybe some soft music, maybe some soft words to talk to him and not just rush right in, maybe ask him if he needed prayer, I think he will answer you in some way.
We're kind of hoping to find out where Kristen was hidden. Do you even think that's even possible at this point?
I don't know if he'll ever tell anybody, because then you would know all about him and what's inside of him. I still think she's gone though, but where he put her is still, I still think she's somewhere where there's water.
Yeah, it's really tough to tell because there's that mystery with the 55-gallon oil drum that went missing the day that Kristen disappeared.
Right, yeah. But remember, I think there's something else there with him. I think there is an animal there with him. A spiritual animal. I think it's a big dog. Now, I don't know where the dog has come from. I don't know if the dog lived there prior or he made the dog come. I'm not sure. I don't know if he even had a dog at all. Maybe in his, life that he was living.
Yeah, I don't know if he had a dog, but it makes sense because if he valued that companionship, he'd probably hold on to it. Whether it's actually a spirit of a dog or just energy that's left behind from that pet, I don't know.
Maybe the dog it's a big dog, like a shepherd dog, but it's kind of like brown, like black through it.
Do you think that we have a good possibility of facing an aggressive energy or entity tonight when we go into the house?
Yes, I do.
Do you have energy? Do you think this is James?
Yes. Yes, he's very angry. Be very careful. He's very smart.
Well, thank you, Molly. Appreciate you talking to us, taking time out of your evening to give us some input on this, and we're really looking forward to the investigation tonight. We're going to be careful, we promise. When we go into this house, we're going to be careful tonight. So thank you for all of your input, and we'll tell you soon what happened.
So this is the first time we've entered this house since May. And what we're going to do right now is we just have 2 cameras and this recorder. We're going to enter the house completely pitch dark, all lights out, just rolling on the cameras and the recorder here. We're going to kind of use the element of surprise to hopefully walk in on somebody, and see if we have any luck just coming right in, right from Jump Street with the cameras rolling. House is empty, and we're about to see if anyone is ready to speak with us.
Yes, he's very angry. Be very careful. He's very smart.
We're back. Do you remember us? James, if you're here and you can hear us, we're going to be staying the night again, and we're going to be speaking to you a lot tonight. We want to know what you've done with Kristen's remains, with her body. And we know a little more right now than we did last time.
There were specific allegations that were brought to your attention by the law enforcement officer that you didn't want to talk about in the house. You wanted us to ask questions on tonight's investigation and have that be the first time that these topics were brought up inside the house.
If someone's in this house, let your presence be known. Who's here with us?
James, it's Pam. You know who I am. We've come back to talk. So if you have anything to say, like we said the first time we were here, please come forward and tell us. any information you have. I hope that you feel comfortable with me being here again. So like I said, you know who I am, so come talk to us. We're not here to hurt you. You know that. We just want to talk. We just want to talk. Steve, do you want to go upstairs in the dark?
Sure.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I'm with you.
I know.
We'll be good.
James, for anybody that's here, I'm coming upstairs. It's around the corner.
Around the corner?
Give me a minute.
You're fine. Take your time.
Last time we were here, you touched Jason on the issue. You all right?
Something just now, I swear, just now touched the back of my leg. It felt like something just touched the back leg.
Can you touch one of us again?
Hello. I'm back. We're back. I know somebody's in this room with me. I can feel you.
Yeah, this whole place is charged. There's...
I have a device in my hand. It's a little red light. If you want to talk near it, it'll pick up your voice.
Well, if there's anyone down here in the basement that wants to come out and talk to us, we're here to communicate tonight and to get answers from you, or to have you tell us stories of your life. James, if you're listening, we're not here to hurt you. We're not your enemy. I know you made Kristen move on, or we believe we helped Kristen on.
I have to sit this down. I'm sure.
Okay, you do what you gotta do. I'm gonna come over on your side, get a different angle.
Oh my God.
What is it? What? What?
I think it's in that corner.
Over here?
Yeah.
What is going on up there? Something just happened.
Large commotion.
Was it a shadow?
No, it was between the light on a piece of wood.
This is so dim.
Between the wood and the window. It Jesus. It was clearly a shadow.
Really? Okay.
Steve, I've been in this place many, many times, and it has never felt this bad.
Do you think that we have a good possibility of facing an aggressive energy or entity to go into the house?
Yes, I do.
Down here with us. We think we're hearing you. Could you give us the sound a little bit louder, please?
Okay. Okay, well, I guess
Did you hear that? Like walking or something?
No. On the step. Over there?
Somewhere, yeah, over that direction. Who's out there? What's your name?
What can you tell us about this basement? What went on in this basement?
Did you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
That was the floorboard directly to your left, Ryan. There's no one up there.
No, they're on the floor up above. There's no reason why this floorboard
Did
right
you all
above.
hear that? What happened here in this basement?
If you don't want to talk to us, that's fine. We have some friends downstairs that we believe in the basement. You can talk to them if you want to. We understand you don't have to do anything, and that's perfectly fine.
I don't like it in that corner.
I don't like it in that corner or the other corner of the other room.
It's just like it's just standing there. Just standing there. Checking us out.
Like so young.
We'd really like it if someone could come through and speak with us.
Not like a lot
I don't have to be on film, but I'm trying.
No, you're fine.
Your turn.
Well, good, because you can't hardly see.
Because I do not like it up here.
Whoa. Was that you?
Nope, that was me hitting my
That not the
was
second
me. That's what caused me to jump against the stair. What is that noise?
one. James? The one main thing that was interesting, I don't know when you asked about the stomp, but we heard a thud right here at the top of the steps.
Well, see, because first I like weight shifting, and then I said, if someone's up above us and can hear us stomp your foot, we didn't hear a stomp, but it sounded like a step and a half.
Okay.
In this area, in this area.
Just a couple.
How did that happen?
I don't know. These hula hoops just fell and hit me in the...
How did that just happen? Wait a minute, let's recreate this.
Okay.
If you bumped into it,
What was that?
That was him bumping into the...
No, a whistle.
It was a whistle.
it was a whistle. If you bumped into it,
Okay.
if you bumped into it,
What was that? That came from the living room.
Yeah.
That came from my right side and it was
whistle.
That,
Yeah, I
that
told
was
you.
crystal clear.
Yeah, because and it wasn't right here with us. It was like in the other room.
Yeah.
That's it. We're alone in the haunted house of tragedy. The four of us for the first time since last May. So
That's right.
Dave has arrived back here, and we're ready to start the investigation. We're all four going to start on the upper floor, and we are going to our way down. Let's head up.
Let's do it.
James, there's anyone you'd like to talk to? We came in a little bit ago and hoping to have a conversation with you. We understand that you did a terrible thing, but we're not here to judge you. What we'd like to do is give you the opportunity to come out and talk to us. Your side.
What is that noise? What is that noise? What is that noise?
James, what drove you to do something like that?
James, we understand if you're upset at us because we helped Kristen move on, but you have to realize it was necessary. You couldn't keep her here forever.
James, if you're wondering how you can speak with us, in my left hand I have a little device that can hear your voice. If you walk up to my left hand and speak as loud and clearly as you can, we should be able to hear you.
Look at that red light at the top of the stairs on the banister. You can use that too.
So you went over to the apartment complex in Martins Ferry to talk to her, to talk to Kristen.
What was that?
I heard that.
I've got hair standing up on the back of my neck.
I do too.
Yeah. Talk to Kristen. To talk to Kristen.
What was that?
I heard that.
I've got hair standing up on the back of my neck.
I do too.
Yeah.
But remember, I think there's something else there with him. I think there is an animal there with him. A spiritual animal. I think it's a big dog.
To talk to Kristen.
What does it sound like?
I know your recorder definitely picked it up because it sounded like it was right between us.
I could hear it all clearly, yeah.
No, they're still in the car. And this is a dead-end street, so... What were you saying there?
I was going to say that you went over to the apartment complex to talk things out with her, try and work things out. Can you tell us what happened from there?
Did anybody else just feel like the energy change in here just a little bit?
Yeah, there's a cold breeze on the left hand right now.
Like that
Intensifying or like declining?
intensifying.
Yeah, there's a cold breeze.
Let me come over there then.
It's moving.
We will.
Put your hand out, Steve. This. Do you not feel cold?
I do feel here.
It feels
It's
like
cooler.
it's moving.
Yeah, it's
in
like
one
radiating.
place.
I didn't want to say anything, but when you were standing where you were, I thought I saw like a quick thing behind you in the hallway. But I didn't want to say anything because there's lights and cars and stuff. But then as soon as I saw that, then it was kind of like the energy shifted a little bit in here.
It's different in this area than over there.
It's so strange.
Who's here with us right now?
Every time we bring up you going over to Martins Ferry, it gets a little strange in here.
Did you hurt her when you were still in Martins Ferry, or did you hurt her back here at the house? What happened?
You're allowed to tell your side of the story. That's why we're here.
James, we know
you had a friend whose name was Mark. Do you remember him?
I got a chill there. Whew.
Yeah. I'm still feeling this cold spot.
Yeah, no. Every hair on the back and on my back and the back of my neck is standing up.
Was she pregnant?
She could have been, and nobody would have ever known.
Is that why you killed her? Was she pregnant? I don't know, but I got cold chills.
You want to try the S-Box for a few?
Yeah, sure.
Whoa. Oh, there.
James, did you talk to us? That was
I would say yeah. Here.
It's here.
It's here.
It's here. James, is Chris still here? Or is this where you hid her? James, can you please tell us where you put her?
James, it might have closure if you help us find Kristen.
If you tell us what she is, we can have say a prayer for you. See if it'll help you.
All right, James. Yes, so Kristen in the Ohio River. Yes, she in the Ohio River. Yes. Oh my God, did you hear that?
James, did you put her in that 55-gallon drum? Yes, again.
It sounded like very close.
I did. Kristen. For Kristen. Someone said, damn it.
Is this the room where you life? On the phone with when it happened.
Who are you on the phone with? Mark. It just said Mark.
Yeah.
It did.
That was clear as Thank you, James.
How'd it go?
Are you sitting down?
Yes.
Okay, so we got a couple interesting voices over the spirit box here.
Okay.
Some of them speculative, but the one that we for sure heard, I said, James, who were you on the phone with before you shot yourself? And it very clearly came through and said Mark.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
On the
It did.
box. Who were you on the phone with, James? Mark. It just said Mark.
It did.
That was clear. Thank you, James.
I heard it.
Yeah.
I heard it.
Very
At the
clear.
same time. It's starting to die down a little bit. We're thinking that would be a good time for you and Joe.
Okay.
Hi. back. We have things set up. If you come over here and you touch this, it'll light up. It won't hurt you. And then over here we have a box. If you go near it, the blue light up. And also, if you want to stomp your feet or walk across the floor, there's orange lights. It'll light up orange across the bottom.
Because Pam met both James and Kristen when they were alive, she feels a special connection to them, so hopefully she'll be able to make contact in there. And we're going to sit out here in the car and let them have their space.
Earlier when we came in, when we first got here, we felt somebody or something.
Many, many times, and it has never felt this bad.
Because it definitely feels a little different now than what it did when we first entered the house. I thought I just saw something black over this way. Did you see a black shadow?
If anybody's here, can you give us a sign?
I do have a question that I want to ask James, and that is, did you commit suicide? Or did you keep it a secret from him? That just went off.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Whoever made it, the EDI light up, thank you. I have, like they've said earlier, I've done some research and talked to several people about different things. And since so much information, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to read from my notes and ask questions that way because it's really hard to try to remember everything.
We've been sitting out here for a little while now. Pam and Jonah still going at it inside. We're really hoping that they're having some activity because if it's been keeping up the way it's been already, it's been so we're pretty anxious to see their findings here shortly.
Yep.
You wrote a note before you shot yourself. What did the note say? Did it say, "I've killed her and you'll never find her body"? I'm trying to hurry in case they come back. Oh shoot.
Pam?
Yeah.
Jonah?
Yeah. We are still in the living room.
Okay.
I'm gonna come in.
I don't like it.
You gotta face it. You gotta go.
I don't know. It's that corner.
Yeah.
It's
Say leave. Do you want us to leave your house? Because if you want us to go, all you have to do is tell us. Do you want us out of here?
It's almost like I can't even look. It's like what's that?
Before we go, do you want Steve to say a prayer for you?
Upstairs asking some questions, and I didn't get a chance to ask down there, but I'm going to ask up here. I've been in contact with a certain law enforcement officer, and he given some information that perhaps James, you and your friend were, I guess there's no easy way to say this, but is there a piece of equipment over there? At top of the steps?
What?
Because I just saw a blue flashing light.
You're dead, so you would better
Is there a heaven? Is there a hell? Is there a God?
Yeah, I thought I heard something or two.
I'm definitely feeling a little bit of that type of anxiety we felt earlier. It doesn't look strong.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It feels lighter.
Yeah.
It's different this time. You can definitely tell that, I mean, we still have contact with James, but it seemed like the majority of the entities that we felt or experienced last time are not here now.
No, I honestly, I'm strange.
Mm-hmm.
We were asked to come here on behalf of James. He asked that I come and do a prayer for him.
Before we go, do you want Steve to say a prayer for you?
And hope that this helps find him peace. Again, I can't stress enough, we're not trying to condone what he may or may not have done. So, dear Heavenly Father, we come to pray for you on behalf of James. Hope that you will reach out to him with your infinite capabilities, your infinite wisdom, your infinite grace, infinite love, that you will help James find peace, help him find a better state of mind, help James move on from this location to where you have in mind for him to go. Again, James, move on from here. This is not the place for you to stay. And we hope that you do find peace, James. Amen.
That this river is 25, sometimes 30 feet deep, and we're not sure if James was telling the truth whenever he said he put your body out here. And we're not even sure if he put you in that 55-gallon oil drum. But if you are out here somewhere, we hope one day that somebody does find you. And we also hope that getting closing answers help find peace. Hey there, guys. We are actually inside the house of tragedy. Now, that is one of the most important cases that we have ever investigated because it involves an unsolved murder.
He was talking on the phone and said, you know, she's dead. I killed her. You'll never find her body. And, you know, I don't want to live. So as he was still on the phone, he shot himself with a shotgun.
Where did you put Kristen? We want to know, and we want to know now.
Dude, it's short. It just amped back up.
Whoa.
Did I say Jason?
Like, my right side is 15 degrees colder than my left. Yeah.
Wait a minute, let's recreate this.
Okay.
If you bumped into it,
What was that?
That was him bumping into
No, a whistle.
It was a whistle.
Yeah, it was a whistle.
if you bumped into it,
James, it might help you have closure if you help us find Kristen.
James, did you put her in that 55-gallon drum?
It sounded like it.
This unsolved murder took place and Kristen's body was never found. So I think it's going to be interesting tonight, this particular session that we're going to be conducting. Maybe we'll get more answers. Maybe we'll get more answers and clues toward what James actually did with Kristen. and hopefully find out more about this case that could help not only us, but law enforcement steer them in the right direction and hopefully find her. So, I don't know, you ready, Dave?
I am. I'm excited to get over there. I'm hoping once we get over there, we actually won't make communication with Kristen, because I would like to think that she has. But if she is still there, I'm hoping that we can try and help her finally move along.
Yeah, that would be ideal. And so we'll see what happens, guys. Let's go ahead and head up the hill here, and we're gonna go inside the house. We're gonna grab our 2 investigation cameras, REM pod, Mel meter, spirit box. We're gonna go inside and see if we can make communication. So let's go. Well, it's been, I don't know what, a good
January?
a good 7-8 months since we've been here.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to be back in here and to see exactly what happened, because the last time we were in here is with Steve, when you did that blessing.
So, dear Heavenly Father, we come to pray for you on behalf of James, that you will reach out to him with your infinite capability, your infinite wisdom, your infinite grace, infinite love, that you will help James find peace, help him find a better state of mind, help James move on from this location to where you have him to go.
For anyone that's here, of course, all of us, we're here quite a bit. We decided to stop by for a few minutes this evening to see if we could come in contact with you, to see if we could talk to you. James, we're not sure if you're still here. We never found out, actually, if Kristen was still here or not. We have some toys that we brought with us that we hope will allow us to talk to you. We'd love it if you'd come out and speak to us. Take this right here. Let me.
I wanted to ask you guys something.
Yeah.
When I've always felt James in here.
Yeah.
Well, in January, when I went to Chocolate Steps, and I said somebody was, that wasn't James.
What?
I think I saw somebody in that corner.
Really?
I don't like it up here. Okay. Steve, I've been in this place many, many times, and it's never felt this bad. And I didn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
But I've never felt that before.
I think so. I think that what happened here, I think bad things led up to the main event.
Yeah.
That I think that actually can create
Like
a magnet for that type of entity. Because I'll back up with said when I was up there with you last summer. That wasn't.
Okay.
My opinion, that wasn't a human entity
No.
that we had at all.
Yeah, you could
My
feel the
opinion on the matter.
There's also the belief that certain negative entities, energies, could drive someone to do something terrible. So maybe you picking up on some of that energy or something malicious or negative that could have caused James to do something that he never
It
would
was
have
just
done.
sat right in that corner of the back bedroom,
Yeah.
in the far to my right corner.
And like I said, it was right there, and I saw it, and I immediately thought, that's not James's purport.
No. Mm-hmm. It was very stocky. It was about maybe this tall. I just felt like it was about shoulders like this on it. But it was different. Yeah. It really was different. It was an interesting situation.
Or something as traumatic as what happened, the murder, along with that, him taking his own life, literally right where we're standing now. People believe that could have opened up a doorway.
Yeah.
Maybe that could have let something negative into the house.
Yeah. Around the corner?
So what we have here is a spirit box. This is an analog spirit box, so therefore it's not digital. It's going to sweep. The theory is that they believe that these types of analog spirit boxes are more susceptible to have spirits come through. So we will Start the turn it on. Is there anyone here with us that wants to talk? If you're here, this box right here will allow us to hear your voice.
James, it's Pam. Do you have anything you want to come tap in? Or Kristen? Or anyone else for that matter? The last time we were here, I saw somebody selling upstairs. Who was that?
Come on, James, if you're still here. What?
Mm-hmm.
Never heard it do that.
No, we've used it on multiple investigations and it's not.
James, is that you? Can you speak loudly and clearly, please?
If there's anyone upstairs, can you come down and talk to us? If there's a red light on the steps, you can just go past that and it'll light up.
James, what made you think that it was such a great decision to murder her? Was it really worth it? Or was that a mistake? You realized you were past the point of no return?
You can use my energy. Let's see if that'll help you use this to talk right here. If I put my hand right next to it.
This will stay in at 0.0.
Are you here with us? It's very quiet. Okay.
Part of me wonders, like, did you move on?
It feels different in here than when it does at night, when it's dark.
Because when we were talking to him the first time, James, as you said, it felt entirely different than what you and I felt.
Oh yeah, that was getting goosebumps. That was up there.
There's a slight possibility to consider that James and they moved on, and what's left is the aftermath. That possibly be here or here whenever it wants to. Because that type of, that type of energy entity, if you will, I personally don't believe they're bound to places. So, like, maybe what James did here created the possibility for something dark, like what you and I picked up on upstairs, to come and go as it pleases.
So a little powerful.
Yeah, more capabilities.
Yes.
You want to go upstairs and see?
Yeah.
to us. You know who we are. We're not going to hurt you.
In case anyone's new here, wasn't here last time, or doesn't remember, I'm Ryan. That's Dave, Steve, and of course that's Pam. What's your name? This box right here, it's believed that you can use that to speak to us.
I know he owned the house and he said he's going to tear it down and demolish it. Does that make you angry? I know it would me if this was my hideout.
There's something there, it's just not clear enough.
What do you think of that? Would you be okay if this house got torn down?
You said Chris? I thought I heard Kristen.
Did you? I didn't hear it. Try and get as close as you can to the box so you can see more clearly. Turn it off for a second because it's literally getting nothing. Literally nothing coming through.
I'm gonna be honest. Like, I know that we came here to try and communicate with them, but this place doesn't feel anything like it did the last time we were here. To me, like,
It's almost peaceful.
it is peaceful.
Just putting it this way, just maybe the storm's subsided here.
That could be. Maybe that, I mean, you did do that prayer, Steve. The very last time we were inside this house was when you did that prayer, and maybe that might have had an effect.
Hopefully.
It was very powerful.
But that would be a fantastic thing, though.
It would.
Yeah.
If they're no longer here, if they've moved on.
That's what we were hoping to do, especially for Kristen.
Yeah.
Before you went, you should have told us where she was at.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was we really wanted to see if we could find her body, but I mean, if that's not possible, it's clearing the
Undecided.
I'm good.
That's weird. What's undecided?
Are you starting to come out now? We're here to try and talk to you any way that we can, so if there's something that we can do that makes it easier for you to come up and talk to us, please let us know. You can walk up to these lights right here that Pam has beside her, or behind me there's lights on the floor you can walk up to. Those are all ways that we use to let us know that you're here. Is this house clear? Did James and Kristen move on?
Tough guy.
It still has the peaceful feel to it.
It does.
Even with those words that came across.
But it's like the last time that we were in here, I mean, at least myself, like, I think we all kind of felt on edge a little bit in here.
Oh, absolutely.
There's no sense of that.
Because it felt like after we did prayer the first time, that almost like for Kristen specifically. Yeah. It was like there was an energy. It was James or someone else. It seemed like there was someone here that was angry towards us.
Yes.
And then after we investigated the second time, Steve came and did that prayer specifically for him because he asked for it. Yes. We're in here. It seems like it's very peaceful. So.
Which, of course, you know, that's one of the whole main reasons we have this channel and we do what we do.
Yeah, that's the ultimate goal that we want to happen. If they have found peace, that's the best possible outcome.
Absolutely.
Would have been nice to give her family peace to know where she's at.
Right.
And who's to say that answer didn't come across during, say, a pedal box session, but it just was not conveyed clear enough for us to actually know?
Yeah. Well, and also during that spirit box session, he said a couple times that he put her in the river.
Yeah. And we've always had that hunch.
We did, yeah.
I think everybody has.
Yeah. But the problem is that it's so deep and so wide and so long that, you know.
If you own a motorcycle, don't do that.
I mean, not only that, he could have driven to Martinsville. He could have been a student for it water, not necessarily right here.
Of all of the, you've been in here way more than we have.
Mm-hmm.
So, of all of the times that you've been in here, to me, it doesn't feel like it ever did in here.
So right now, you mean right now as we stand here?
Yeah.
It feels totally clear, totally clean.
And we'll check in again here. I mean, this isn't the last time we're going to come to this house and see if we can pick up on anything. We want to continually try and check up on it just to make sure that there's no activity and that there's nobody here that does want to talk. Be sure to subscribe. Be watching for Season 7, August 21st. Make sure to click on that bell notifications and set them to all. We'll see you here in the next video. Bye.